Hi guys, it's Becky, and I had a really major change happen in my life that I'm going to share with you, and that is that I joined the Glasses Club. I finally decided that I was tired of having to get closer and closer to street signs before I could read what was on them. I was tired of the words on the television from across the room being blurry, and I went ahead and I got myself some glasses. So, this is my first pair of glasses, and because I know who I am as a person, I'm going to use some of my beads and I'm going to make myself a little eyeglasses chain, something that I can connect here to the sides of my glasses and have it there and available so that when I take these off, they will be around my neck and not somewhere random that, like, if I set these down somewhere, it's going to take me a minimum of 5 minutes to find them. I know this about myself. Minimum five, maximum maybe an hour. Just because I will set them down and have no clue where they went. Because again, this is who I am as a person. You guys don't even know how long. I have a place where my keys live. They go on a hook, and it's maybe about 30% of the time when I go to leave my house are my keys in the place where they're supposed to be. And the other 70%, I am searching high and low for them. Like, I don't know where they went. So I'm going to make myself a glasses chain. And you know what? In addition to this being something that will help me keep track of these, it's also another way for me to add some bling and some personality to what I'm wearing. And I am really excited about that. And I decided to go with this. This goes really well with the color of my glasses. These are some of the 2-hole beads and the Czech glass bundle that came with the November curated collection from Beads to Live By, and here's a couple of seed beads from that. So I thought I'd open these up and get into it and make a beaded chain, or not a beaded chain, a beaded, just a strand. We're going to do some beading with it. Actually, it might be 2 strands, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this garnet color Softflex because, again, it is a really, really great color to go with these glasses. And so we'll be stringing onto this with these beads from Beads to Live By. I opened this, but I didn't make anything with it yet because I lost my beading mojo and then I got distracted by other things, but I'm making something with it now because I am ready to go. I have inspiration, and I went and I got these little connectors. I got a whole pack of them because I know who I am as a person. I'm going to make a lot more than just one of these. I'm going to have like some for every outfit. I am going to have just a wide variety of things that I am going to be making with this. And let's see, how about if we do this one for this? And the way these work, if you haven't seen them before, is these are just some little rubber connector things. And so instead of hooking it to a, what is it called? Like a lobster clasp for closure, I'm going to be stringing it on basically like a necklace or like a wrap bracelet. In fact, I kind of had this idea of what if I go ahead and string on these with my beads, and I make sure that it's long enough to go 3 times around my wrist, and then I can just make a little S hook or something with my craft wire, and I could have like a wrap bracelet that turns into an eyeglass holder, an eyeglass chain, so that I can like have it be either or. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna do that today. Holy cow, yes, that's a great idea. Good for me. I just thought that up. But yeah, so you get these little holders, and I got a whole bunch of them. I'll put a link to where I got these from below. And then they just hold on to the thing, and then you attach the chain there. So I am going to do that. That is what we are going to do. All right, so if I am going to do it so that it can be a wrap bracelet as well, then let's make sure we have enough wire to go 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3 times around my wrist. And then let's double it because it's going to be a 2-strand bracelet. Like so. And give ourselves a little bit of extra room for attaching our crimps and things. And I'm using some flush cutters. You could just use regular wire cutters. It doesn't need to be flush when you're just cutting beading wire. But I'm going to go ahead and grab those. And I've got some 2x2 crimp tubes that I'm going to use for crimping onto these. And for doing my crimp, I really enjoy using my magical crimpers because this little concavity in here turns the crimp into a pretty decorative little ball, and then you don't have to do any of that other stuff. So let's open up our beads. We've got some 2-hole lentils, and these are gorgeous because they've got like the pink and the blue, both sides, plus a little bit of an iris coating on them. So we've got some 2-hole lentils. We've got these tilas that have like a purple and blue coating. I don't know if you can see the purple part very well, but that should go with this as well. And like that's the great thing about the curated collection is like I just pulled these out from there, knowing that they would pretty much go together for all of that. Let's open up this czech glass strand. And I think I'm just going to go with these larger fire polish beads. I've got one that's got kind of an AB coating and it's crystal. And then this other one that is this really light blue. It's like an icy blue. And now these were, these are add-ons to the curated collection subscriptions that you can have, and the add-ons for these were both the November and December, so probably I saw a sneak peek of December. It's going to be some blue, guys. A lot of really blue, cool tones on that. It's going to be really cool looking. And actually that is scheduled to be delivered tomorrow. Yay! So I'll be able to get that out and take a look at it. But the Czech glass bundles were designed to go with both of those. So let's get all of these out. And we've got these cool maroon color. And then these kind of neutrally blue. I love this color though. These matte seed beads. All right. So we got all our beads out. I've got my wire cut. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put both of these here together. And I'm just going to drop this down all the way to the middle of this wire. Just right down there where it's at the middle of it. And then I'm going to pull out my crimp tube. And I'm going to crimp this end right there on there. So we're gonna slide both ends of my wire through the crimp tube. Pull this all the way down there to the end. I'm gonna give it enough room to be able to still wiggle around a little bit. And I'm going to grab my magical crimper and we're going to crimp. See, it squishes it flat but leaves a little bit of a concavity, and you've got like these sharp corners. That's when you twist it and then squish. Twist and then squish. And it's this act of turning it and squishing it from different angles, or from different, angles as you go around it, that smushes those ends down and gives you a nice round crimp bead. Well, that one's not as nice as some of them have been before. All right, so let's just do a couple of these. I'm gonna grab one crystal, one blue on each side, and I'm picking a color that's going to show because my 2-hole guys are going to be kind of staggered a little bit. Let's go through one of, or both. Can both of these fit through this hole? Let's find out. Because it would be nice if we could have both of these go through. Perfect! Yay! All right. Now let's do a couple of seed beads on each end. I'm going to grab some of the gray ones. Let's do 1, 2, 3. And 3 of these. And this one. Doing it with my left hand is hard. 2, 3. And I'm just kind of a little bit randomly putting these on here a little bit. Just because I just want some beads on this wire while it's crisscrossing and going forward and backward. Now I'm going to grab the lentils. I'm going to grab a lentil. All right. That. I'm not sliding them down like close to each other or anything. I want them to still have a bit of movement. I want to be able to see all of this all together. And I'm going to go ahead and start adding more seed beads. I'm going to do 3 on this side. 2, 3. It's entirely possible that I might not use the tile beads. In fact, I'm just decided that I'm not going to use these. For that, I'm just going to go with the lentils, seed beads, and these fire polish. Yeah, this feels like it's going to be enough beads for this. I don't need to make it more complicated than this. And I'm just putting these on like the opposite ones so it comes out of there with the other color. Could mix them together. I don't really feel like doing that. Alright, now this guy. So I'm going to tell you a story that kind of highlights a little bit like how I know who I am and all of that. My ex used to always ask me where his glasses were because he'd set them down. And I always knew where they were because he had like 4 places that they could possibly be, right? They could either be on the coffee table, on the nightstand, on the sink in the bathroom, or on the counter in the kitchen. Like those were the places that it was probably going to be. In fact, it was so consistent that after I had moved away and we weren't even living in the same country anymore and all of that, he would still message me and be like, hey, where are my glasses? And I would tell him, check the coffee table or check the kitchen counter or something like that. And he'd be like, oh, thanks. And like, he was living in a whole other flat at that point. I was in a different country. It had been years since we'd even lived together. And he would still like message me and ask me where his glasses were because he was very consistent about, you know, putting them in the same places. He would just forget. which place he put them. And so that's why he was always asking. And so however, I am not that consistent with things. And that's another reason why I always am looking for my my keys and for other things that I set down. Because it might be on my nightstand. It could also be in the refrigerator or on a shelf in the pantry or perched precariously on top of my toilet paper roll in the bathroom or, like underneath a cushion somewhere. There are so many more places that I have a possibility of putting things that I don't even think of and I can't think of because I haven't put anything there yet. It's just I'm an agent of chaos, and like I know y'all watch me for my my organizing videos, but like there's a reason why I have to organize those, and that is because I live so chaotically most of the time. So if I organize things, then I can find them and I'll know where they are. And it's really hard to organize things that you use all the time and that you take off and put down. Again. So like, having places to put my tools is great until I use them a bunch and then like they'll be underneath this or over that or something like that. And I have to actually take time to go organize them and put them away because I don't consistently put things in the same place over and over again. I just, I know who I am as a person. And that's why I am making this. And so I think you guys can kind of see like my little repeat that I've come up with for this. I'm going to go ahead and continue that for the rest of the length of this. And when I come back, we'll go ahead and attach the other end of this to this end of the cable. And then we'll make an S-hook with my, my wire. And let me see, see again, I've lost, there it is. It was underneath things, my 6-step band making pliers. So we'll do that after I come back, after I finish stringing these along, because this is gonna look great here. It's gonna look great with this. It's gonna look fantastic with my glasses. So that's what we will do, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have gone ahead and repeated that pattern that you saw me do here before with the 2 different colors of the fire polish, one of these Czech glass twisty beads, 3 seed beads on each side of a lentil, another one of these Czech glass beads, and then this, and I just repeated this all the way to here, and I'm almost done. I'm just going to show you real quick that it is about the right size. Now keep in mind when I'm doing this that there's going to be another one of these connectors, the rubber connectors over here, and an S-hook between the end of this and there. So I'm just going to finish this off. I'm going to have it mirror the end of this one so it's not all lopsided and stuff when it's on my face, because this part near the ends, this is going to be closest to my face. So I'm going to put one of these fire polish beads on each of these. And then I am going to slide a crimp tube down both of these together. So we're going to be crimping about there. That looks like a good place for crimping. And I'm going to put this other connector on one of these and bend that one back into the crimp tube so that I've got 3 strands going through the crimp tube, one coming out this direction and then one bent back around going through this in the other direction to make a loop. All right, and I'm just going to hold this loop up next to this one to see if I can get them to be about the same size. That's about even. And I'm going to use my crimper to crimp on this. And I was just checking sizing for it to be a wrap bracelet. I think about here I could have stopped and it would have been just fine for the eyeglass chain, but I want this to be double duty. I love things that do more than one function, multifunction things. I think it's pretty cool if I could have it do one thing and then also convert and do another. All right, so this is now an effective eyeglass chain that will go so great with my new glasses. Check it out, guys. So now I can have this go around the back of my head, and when I want to take them off for some reason, temporarily or however long, they can just kind of dangle, and then I can put them back on, and I don't have to worry about trying to find them in the pantry later. Where like every single person in my family has found my phone in the pantry, by the way, just so you know where I'm going with this, and my acceptance of who I am, and my you have to accept both your limitations and your strengths if you're gonna do stuff and be effective as a person. And if you're gonna, find solutions for those limitations that you have to acknowledge them first. So I'm just moving these beads out of the way. I'll mess with these later. But I'm doing that because I want to get this little bar of 20 gauge wire. Now this is, let's see, what is that? 15 to 25. This is about 4 inches, 10 centimeters. And I'm going to grab my round nose pliers for this and my 6-step bail making pliers. And just here on this very end, this is the end where I cut it, so it is already cut flush. I'm going to take this and just make a real tiny little loop on the end of this. There. And then I'm going to make myself another loop using the 3rd step down from the top. So you've got your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So this 3rd step down, and it might work as well with the 2nd step down. But I'm just going to bend this. I've got my loop, the direction of that loop pointing away from where I'm bending it around. I'm going to bend it until this meets all the way back over here. Now I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to bend this way so that it makes an S shape. There we go. And here where this meets, just below it, right here, that's where I'm going to cut. And now I'm going to curl this up, this end, using my round nose pliers. Try to get a good grip on it. if you can. Now, with it shaped like this little S-hook, we can work harden it by placing it on a block and hammering it. Or I'm just going to use my flat nose pliers to tamp it down a little bit. Just to flatten it out, tamp it down, and it work hardens it so that it isn't going to be pulling apart under some strain. There we go. So that's our fancy little S-hook. And I'm just going to put one end on this silicone ring. And wrap this around. 1, 2, 3. Oop. And hook the other silicone ring on it. This is hard to do one-handed. Let's try this again. All right, here we go. Oop. How about if I hold the silicone ring and maneuver the S-hook over it? There we go. So now I've got both of those on there, and I can wear this as a wrap bracelet, so it can do double duty. All right, y'all, this is about all I have time for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did enjoy it, give it a like button. Just hit that little like button. If you want to see more of this, if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen any of my videos and you want to see more, hit the subscribe and you'll get notified, or hit the notification button and you'll get notified when I post new things. But the beads were all from the Beads to Live By subscription box, and the add-on, the Czech glass add-on. I had the fire polish add-on and the pressed glass add-on on these, and it was both the seed bead subscription and the 2-hole bead subscription that I did this with. But you can use any beads that you want for this type of thing. If you're going to do 2-hole beads, you can substitute like super duos, piggy beads, anything with 2 holes. You'll get a similar-ish look when you do this, but I'm really excited. I think this is going to be great, and I am going to probably be making a lot more of these so that I can wear more bling with my brand new glasses. Now that I'm in the glasses club, I'm going to be able to do that. And I'll probably have more tutorials as I make more of these with you guys. But let me know, do you guys wear glasses? If you do you wear any of these? Do you have trouble leaving them places? What kind of solutions do you have for that sort of thing? And anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.